You can sit next to someone every day, text them constantly, share your life with them, and still feel like they don't really know you. Not because they're a bad person, not because the relationship is broken, but because something deeper isn't clicking. And that's the kind of loneliness people don't talk about. Because from the outside, everything looks fine. You're not alone. You're not single. You're not disconnected physically. But internally, it feels like you're experiencing everything by yourself. Today, we're breaking down the psychology of people who feel lonely even in relationships. And as we go, you might start recognizing patterns that explain things you felt, but couldn't quite put into words. And stay with me on this one, because the last point explains the real reason this kind of loneliness happens, even when everything looks normal. Point 1. They communicate, but not at the level they feel. People in these situations don't stop communicating. That's what makes it confusing. They talk, they text, they respond, but the communication stays on the surface. Example, they explain what happened during the day, but not how it felt. They say what they did, but not what it meant to them. So conversations happen, but connection doesn't deepen. And over time, it starts to feel like you're being heard, without actually being understood. Point 2, they don't feel emotionally recognized. This goes beyond listening. It's about being seen. People who feel lonely in relationships often feel like their reactions, their emotions, their depth is not fully recognized. Example, they express something important, and the response is correct, but not aligned. It doesn't match the weight of what they're feeling. So instead of feeling closer, they feel slightly more alone. And this happens quietly, again and again. Point 3, they start to filter themselves. After a while, they adjust. Not loudly, not dramatically, but subtly. They begin to choose what to share, how much to explain, what to leave out. Example, they think something deeply, but simplify it before saying it. Or they don't say it at all, because it feels like it won't land the way I mean it. So instead of being fully themselves, they become a version that's easier to receive, and that creates distance. Now, here's where it becomes more serious. Because at this point, the loneliness isn't coming from the other person anymore. It's coming from inside the interaction itself. Point 4, they feel alone, even in shared moments. This is where the feeling becomes undeniable. They're physically present. They're part of the moment. But emotionally, they feel separate. Example, they're sitting together, talking, maybe even laughing. But inside, there's a quiet thought. This doesn't feel as connected as it should. And that thought doesn't go away. Because it's not about the activity. It's about the depth behind it. Point 5, they feel like their inner world has no witness. This is the core of it. The deepest part. People who feel lonely in relationships often feel like their inner world is not shared. Their thoughts feel private. Their emotions feel unreflected. Their experiences feel unheld. Example, they go through something meaningful. They try to express it, but it doesn't fully transfer. So they carry it alone, even though someone is right there. And over time, this creates a very specific kind of loneliness. Not from absence, but from lack of resonance. And that's what makes it so difficult to explain. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt alone while being in a relationship? Yes, no, or sometimes? Let me know in the comments. Feeling lonely in a relationship isn't always about distance. Sometimes it's about depth. Because connection is not built on presence alone. It's built on understanding, on emotional alignment, on feeling like someone doesn't just hear you, but actually meets you where you are. And when that's missing, you don't just feel disconnected from them, you start to feel disconnected from yourself. And that's the part that matters most. If this resonated with you, have an honest conversation with the person in question. Communication is always key and a step in the right direction. The next video you should watch is Psychology of People Who Trust Easily. Because trust and loneliness are more connected than most people realize. I'll see you in the next one. Stick around and let's learn and grow together. This has been Psychology Amplified. Human behavior made clear.